Welcome everybody to Cat Draw Horses Club. The mics are live and so are we. It's Cori with Ian and Angel.
Hello.
We're going to be painting some miniatures, but first, thank you to support through patreon.com/loadingrerun. Angel has a slideshow.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do that straight into the slideshow, huh? Okay.
You want to do it at the end? We can save it for the end.
That seems inefficient. It's got important
Where would
information
you
about how to
put
paint
it?
minis.
Where would you?
Well, I thought maybe your Patreon thing would be a little longer, because you want support from the viewers. But we'll just do the slideshow.
Cue the slideshow.
Today on Cat Draw Horses Club, we're going to be painting miniatures. Are you pushing the button or am I pushing the button?
You have to tell me when to push the button.
Oh, yes, just like that. The tiny
Wow.
horse. A miniature is a small-scale reproduction. Like these Gundams are much smaller than a real-life Gundam would be. They are not all the same scale,
You cannot fit
but
inside them.
they are all smaller. Mm-hmm. So first, to paint a miniature, you prime. This is an unprimed Optimus Prime, but it will be primed.
Angel.
Second, you paint like this very scary blue dragon.
Oh. When you paint Optimus Prime, it looks totally different.
Yeah, right?
And then you're going to varnish to make it very shiny and protect it, like this Space Marine, or I'm not sure what that is, but it's very shiny. All right. To prime or not to prime, that is the question. Priming makes the paint adhere better. It gives a uniform base coat, and it looks nice. But some people don't like to do it because some paints and models don't need it. There are some paints that have primer built in and they stick just fine. It can be time consuming, and also it is weather dependent. So if it's raining, you probably don't want to prime your minis in the rain. All right, why do you paint? You paint it to simulate different materials. You can do like metal and wood and cloth instead of the plastic or metal that the mini is made out of. And you do it to enhance shapes from viewing far away, just like stage makeup would do. Which paint? You need a paint.
Right.
You need a paint that is very thin.
So we can defy gravity?
And a paint that is highly pigmented. So usually you're not going to use like the craft paints they sell at Joann's. They're much too thick and not pigmented enough, and probably not the regular acrylic paint like you use on canvases. They're specially formulated paints, and Ian has some for us today.
They're delicious.
All right, brushes. So you need brushes to apply the paint. You need a variety of different types of brushes. Your basic round brush with a sharp point will let you apply base coat in large areas. You want a fine point brush.
So wee!
It doesn't have to be this small for doing fine details like edge highlighting and eyeballs. A dry brush if you want to use that technique. This is a makeup brush, and I have one today for doing that. And you want a junky brush that you don't care about, that you can mess up and experiment and do texturing with.
Those you'll acquire over time.
Yes. Eventually, the things on the left become the things on the right.
Yeah, what's the best junky brush to buy? Just getting started.
Yeah,
All right.
you have to buy like pre-distressed brushes.
All right, so the first painting technique we're going to talk about is layers. You're going to paint from the inside out, just like Inside Out Boy from here, from the parts of the mini that are furthest inside of it, like eyeballs and undershirts, to the outer coats, like cloaks. You want to start with a base color and then add highlights and shadows.
Starting to see where I've gone wrong.
See, that's why we do the slideshow first.
Oh!
All right, so this is an example of a miniature that was painted using the layer technique. I don't know that our minis will look like this today, but we'll do our best. All right, dry brushing is another technique. You want a big fluffy brush and a tiny amount of paint. And then you brush it on the mini and it will highlight the edges. So this is an example of a person that was trying a bunch of different brushes to do the dry brushing with. So you don't have to have a makeup brush. That's been shown to like give you the softest blending on a dry brush, but that might not even be the look that you're going for. So you can use a flat brush or a round brush. But the technique is the same. You just want not to be wet and a tiny amount of paint. All right, slap chop. Well, I don't know why that disappeared. Slap chop is a technique where you dry brush the miniature in a monochrome, and then you add color with a transparent paint. So this is like when we did the values episode of Can't Draw Horses Club, when I painted the black and white mountains and then added the clear color on top. So this is an example of how you do slap chop, starting from the black all the way to now this has the monochrome, and then the colors were added on top. This is really used for speed painting. It's very fast.
Are those transparent paints special, different than regular paints?
So
Yes and no.
you can either use special paints, they're called contrast paints, or you can just water down regular paints.
Which we'll be seeing on this end of the table today.
Ooh! All right. And then finally, the varnish. There we go. So you varnish to protect, enhance, and you can add special effects.
Like glitter.
So this is an example where they used a glossy varnish on the eyeball and a matte varnish on the rest of it to make the eyeball look especially shiny. And I think that's the end of the presentation. Sure is.
Woo! Thank you, Angel, for that beautiful slideshow.
You're
Very
welcome.
informative. And also thank you, Paul, for being here today. I forgot that part of the intro, so we're going to have to start from the beginning. You got to take it all down and do it
Play the
again
song.
so that I get the...
Yeah. I don't think he's going to do it.
I'm not going to go back to the intro. I did actually want to mention, though, in terms of a lot of those painting techniques, if you're interested in more model painting stuff, especially end results, for our various Warhammer Kill Team streams, usually the first sort of 15 minutes or 10-15 minutes will show off everybody's miniatures and stuff, and you can see some of those techniques in action. Or I mean, especially dry brushing, all the terrain that we use for the Kill Team, Ben did relatively quickly. He was able to accomplish some really nice stuff, but just some dry brushing to really hit the details.
And next month on Horse Club, I'm going to have Cameron on, and he's been working on some like gold reflective capes on some little man. So I'm hoping he'll show those off.
non-metallic metal technique.
Yeah.
Ooh, swank.
All right, so the minis we have today are from the Mansions of Madness board game. So we have some monsters and some monstrous humanoids and some investigators. So I'm going to be working on this creepy guy. I'm going to try to paint it in the color scheme of a firefly,
Put him down here.
I think. And I want to make all these little pustules try to look like they're glowing. That's my goal.
Glowy pus.
Glowy pus.
That sounds fun.
Oh, that sounds cool. I love Firefly.
I
is a
kind
super
of like this illithid looking
The big worm.
squirmy worm. Yeah. Get some like purples and grays. What about
Warming
yourself? What about
Oh,
yourself?
well, you know what? Give me one of the little investigators.
All right, you want African priestess, a guy with a guitar and a dog, a woman with a candle, a magician with a top hat. We have a lady with two guns, We have a kung fu lady. We have a drunkard with a bottle, and former cultist.
You know what? I think magician's probably going to be the one I can get the most done on today.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
You want to just put him down on the
Yes.
spot there and
man.
take a look at what he looks like? Oh.
I figured you were going to pick him because of JoJo.
Oh. It was Lupin, if anything.
All right, so I'll put away the miniatures that we're not currently using, but feel free to ask for another one if you finish or give up.
All right. I think I'm going, if I may, because these are your minis.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the slap chop technique on this because that's something I've been trying to work on myself.
All right.
Another project that didn't come here today. So
And I do have a makeup brush if you want to try it out.
great,
I don't know if
thank
you have one.
I'm going to look through what we got here first because I know Cori did get a nice big set of makeup brushes last year for Christmas. Not
You
for,
don't even use makeup.
yeah, but they sure are great for dry brushing. Just big kabuki brushes.
All right, what is the paint that we have today?
So we got these Chimera pigment paints. I believe they're all just not spade paints at all.
Once again, a big thank you to Hall of the Wise Wolf for providing us with these
We will need to shake them.
extensively. But
Extensive shaking.
Yeah.
okay?
the nice thing about these is these fit the mark for what you're saying about a high pigment paint. These are 100% pigment, or
Oh.
if, at the very least, a single pigment paints.
All
And
right.
require extensive thinning.
They've been sitting for a while.
I think I'm gonna need a red to start with.
Do you want the red?
I mean, yeah, that
I-
seems
It's called the
appropriate.
red. Do you want to use my wet palette or do you want another paint container or anything like that?
Unless you're gonna be annoyed by me reaching over, I can use that.
I can also move it closer to you so you have more access.
Give this fidget pop toy a try here today.
I do have a fondness for the like Citadel paint color names. You know,
Yeah.
bubonic plague and whatever.
We do
Yeah,
have some.
bubonic brown, I think is one.
Bubonic brown.
We
yeah.
do have a little bit of Citadel options here.
Dark Angels green.
Techless blue,
The rest in here is air paint. So
Corvus black, Blood Angels red, Sterland Battlemire.
Is that a watch or what is that?
The red?
Yeah.
It's contrast.
Oh, it's a contrast. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work on top of this black.
Yeah.
So you've primed these in black already?
I have. Well, some of them are primed in white and some are primed in black. I've used the Army Painters spray black, which is what they had at my local LGS. All right.
it's good. I understand Vallejo is still undergoing some labor issues. So. Get it together, company.
All right. Magenta.
Is there a rule of thumb about what color to prime your minis?
Depends on kind of what you want the surface to be.
Yeah. So what color you prime it as. You want to think about what color you're going to paint it. Like if there's going to be a lot of yellows, you probably just want to prime it white
Or pink.
or pink. Yeah.
Pink's a great base for yellow.
And red.
I actually like priming mine in gray. A lot of the time, it gives it a nice, not too light, not too dark, and it's easy to darken areas and lighten others. So I don't know what this paint is going to be like. So you said extensive thinning, right?
It's
So-
extremely thick.
All right. I need a brush.
Right. You can grab a brush from the list of brush, or do you want to try the wolf?
I can use the wolves.
Okay. Ooh.
So these are also from Hall of the Wise Wolf. And these wolf bristle brushes are really cool. Get these like wood handles.
Yeah. They are also wolf bristles.
Wait, are they?
Like actual wolves?
That's my understanding. Is that rather than using the what is the stand? It's the sable or the
Yeah, wolf bristle brush. Rosewood tone handle and feral brass ferrules.
Wait, this person is called Wolf, and they're
And they bought us wolf brushes, yes?
Are the bristles actually supplied also by this
By the same person.
same person?
You know what? Although if you're watching, I hope you're not thinking about making beard bristle brushes.
Oh.
Brussels
Might
brushes.
make a good junkie brush.
Yeah. Get some trash in there.
Right. Let's use the one of these as a starter. All right. Probably want something a little bit more substantial than air scar.
Then air.
Air,
Is that what you're laughing at, Paul?
Air
Yes.
does not make good paint.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
need
Okay.
pigmented air.
More substantial than air. We're narrowing it down.
That might make it easier. Let's see how it goes.
And I don't know that I've thinned this correctly. It's applying kind of like a wash. It's just settling in the crevices.
Yeah.
Might need.
More shaken then?
Oh no, I was thinking maybe add a bit of medium to it.
Oh yeah.
I've got that. I've also got some stuff I haven't
Here's some
cleaned up
satin
yet.
medium.
Get that off there even more. Remove more paint.
Too much paint on your dry brush?
That's always the way.
Yeah, there's always too much paint. Like, you need to wipe it off until you can barely think that there's paint on
Yeah.
it anymore.
What I need to do is make myself a scratch palette or texture palette, just so I can start banging that with a brush and see whether or not I'm getting the paint off it. But
Oh, yeah. Can you use, like,
you know what would make it perfect?
shrapnel from printing?
Yes, it would. One of Deirdre's failed
Shells?
attempts at yes
Yeah.
would be perfect for that because it's covered in
Dig's
that
party
3D
button
texture.
from Desert Bus.
That made it look kind of pink.
Huh. Interesting. Good thing it's all about applying layers and layers and layers and layers.
Do we know the origin of the slap chop name?
Was it Ninjon who came up with that, or was it someone else?
I don't know, some YouTuber.
Yeah, it was definitely a YouTuber coming up with it, and you know
I think they started it as a joke, and then they're like, oh wait, this works.
the idea that you slap down a paint to make your undercoat with the dry brushing, and then you chop at it with.
Color.
It was a YouTuber who came up with it, so they're trying to absolutely get more views with a funny name. Okay, so we're starting to get some definition on the cape folds here too, which is going to be important.
Yeah, you might actually be correct in doing it that way with these.
Yeah, these are kind of transparent paints.
Maybe that's why I've had such trouble with them in the past.
What were you trying to do with them?
Anything. I'm very, very, very.
I used them for my kill team.
Most recently, I've been trying to do this slap chop method, which has been experimenting with mediums and wetting agents to get those down to a contrast paint level. All right, that's it. It's not a clean brush, but it's a brush. All right, now to make some decisions.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a canonical photo if you want reference, but I don't care if it matches.
I'm thinking just I mean, most magicians, you'd have a black tuxedo and then the black cloak, but I'm wondering if we
Ooh,
might.
if it could have like a red inside.
Like a liner, yeah.
Ooh, okay, well. Give some yellow or goldish edge highlight, or not edge highlights, but a edge to the cape too.
Make him a fancy magician.
I feel like shadows and highlights on black fabric can be quite difficult.
Yeah, painting something to make it look black, it has to be, I think, 70% black to still read as black.
Yep. So speaking of which, let's bring out the carbon black.
Carbon.
Ian, do you want to just quickly put that guy on the little
Sure.
point there so we can take a look at him? Now that he's all slap chopped up.
Yeah, he's sticky to his base.
Oh, nice.
It's the idea being that you're. It's a yeah. There. Wow. Cori absolutely has the look I was going for in my head.
Yeah.
So the idea with the dry brushing is that because it's such a big brush, it doesn't get into the little nooks and crannies. So it's just
Yeah.
doing the surface,
Yeah.
Just hits the edges.
So you're
And-
getting highlights from the dry brushing.
and then all the shadowy
shadows
areas stay black.
all there exactly.
You
Cool.
can kind of see a layer of purple on this worm.
Can you?
Yep.
You can a little bit, but yeah, the black. You got to be careful with that black. It really.
Really eats the paint.
Well, I think, like, if I was doing this on a canvas,
Right.
I would mix some titanium white with it to
Yeah.
give it more opacity. I don't know if we have anything like that.
We do also have the white.
You can try that.
Yeah.
If you're curious, they also come with a. I think you might find this useful.
Is that a mixing chart?
You bet it is.
Ooh.
Are you trying to show it on camera or?
No, I'm just trying
Okay.
to. And then here is the one for the expansion set as well.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay. Now let's get base. And let's just start with the hat for fun.
Hats are fun.
Ah,
I'll try the medium before I try the light.
so many
Just see what happens.
bits of garbage.
Medium.
Don't want to reintroduce bits of dried paint back into the paint.
No.
Oh, I just painted my
There we
finger.
go. Yep. Hey, you two.
There's a big red stripe right across. There you go.
Oh yeah, the medium kind of turns this purple into like a blueberry.
Yeah, it does not. It's not a neutral medium.
No. Interesting.
Might be good for the highlight layer though,
Yeah, yeah.
or a highlight layer.
Right, and then there's the.
Okay, there's that.
The stems.
Cori, did you bring any of the droppers with you?
Nope.
Okay. Ooh, I'll be right back. I need to go rummage around in my bin.
To the Tinker Tailor corner.
Ah, hey. I was smart. Left some syringes here.
Ah, good. Yeah.
Syringes, like the
From Desert
from
Bus.
Desert Bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aha, and those are the other things I've wanted to find for a while. Ugh. So a long, long time ago, a generous fan sent in this set of magnifying glasses for me because I'm getting old. And I've been using them with the headband for the longest time. And that started to get uncomfortable recently, so I'm going to give it a try with the glasses arms,
Ooh.
if I can. Don't want to break this thing in any way. It's been way too useful. There we go. To really push on the corners.
Yeah, I did not bring my glasses with me this time, so
You can't lose them.
I can't lose them. I have my sunglasses.
Yep.
So you can lose those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bright sun, bad eyes, can't see. Oh, this makes so much more sense. Or does it? Okay, so this doesn't really work with the...
What if we tape them together?
Let's see if I can get these ones on top of the other glasses. And then, it seems to work. Sure.
Oh yeah, the white really gives it a lot more body.
Hey, I can see his mustache now.
He has a mustache?
You sure do. Well, he has a full beard.
Oh.
Oh.
407 tricks ago.
Is he turning tricks? Is that what's happening?
That's our Abe Lincoln.
Oh,
That's our frother for not drinks.
I see. I didn't know that that was a thing that was available to us, and I was
Oh.
surprised by the noise.
Well, it unfortunately won't fit in the paint bottles.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's get a syringe going here.
And what are you doing with the syringe?
Just using it to transfer some of this medium to the little bubble palette I'm working on here. We're working with.
Which is a fidget pop toy.
Yes. That's what I call it. Right, I didn't even need to do that. I'd completely forgotten I have this pre-mixed model
that you were
of
playing
medium
with
and
earlier?
wetting engine. So. Cool, great. Just clean off that syringe now. And
Yeah, but you got to use a syringe, which is not a thing you get to do every day.
no, and usefully too. Single use only. Well, maybe I can't. No, wow, they really do make sure that you can't pull the
The
syringe
stopper
out of
yeah.
the stuff. Yep. But that's probably okay.
Well, that looks like the syringe I get to give my cat's medicine.
Well, don't give your cats paint as medicine.
No, I will not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had one of those when I had to give my hamster some medicine to just kind of sneak it into their mouth while they're eating something else.
Yeah, cats don't really let you do that.
No, you have to like hold them down and force their mouth open. It's no fun.
So why don't they make a specific thing like that you can put the cat into for that, like they do with pigeons?
Oh, you just wrap them in a towel
yeah.
if you really need, but it's better if you kind of negotiate with them a little bit. Give them a little tiny bit of control over the situation. My dad's cat has asthma, so they have to do there's a liquid steroid that they give him, and then he also has a little inhaler mask.
Oh,
But he gets like a steroid injection once every 3 months to help.
the thing with the hamster was that they quite like like whatever they do, however the medication is, they actually quite like the taste of it, but they don't like the process of things. So they'll be sort of, no, don't want, until they lick the end of the syringe and they're like, oh, hey, wait a minute, this is good.
You like this? Okay.
And then of course they forget the next day.
I think that's about what I want for contrast paint, or
On your thumbnail?
yeah, a little bit of transparency, but a little bit of still some Still some pigment.
Pigment.
A pigment of the imagination.
You're a pigment of the imagination.
No fighting.
Sorry, Shakira.
Something, refugees on the seas.
Run the seas.
Run the seas because they own their
Own
own
their own
boats.
boats, yes.
Yes.
No one can own the seas.
Especially not Shakira.
Especially not
Especially.
We have laws. We have international laws against that.
Can't have a Colombian owning the seas.
That's not why.
I would be equally against a British Columbian owning said seas.
British Columbia should not own the seas.
British Columbia is not Columbia. Here it comes red.
Oh, I'm waiting for chat to correct me if I got Shakira's the home country wrong.
I forgot my glasses.
Hey, me too.
Wild.
It makes
Well,
chat
Can
so
you tell me
friendly.
what chat's saying?
He can't.
They're saying very nice things.
Oh, good.
I'll let you know if they say something insulting.
Okay, thank you. I wanted Ian to attempt to read chat with his.
I've been trying, Cori. That's why I turned my head like this.
So two of you forgot your glasses, and Ian has double glasses.
mine are in my cubby, so
You
I
could go get
could-
them.
I could solve this.
Mine are in a different country.
We can't fix it.
Columbia?
Why did Shakira steal your glasses?
Yeah.
They're
You
very fashionable.
really shouldn't let your glasses travel by themselves.
Unaccompanied glasses.
All right, this is like 6 coats of red. It's starting to look red.
Yay!
I have chosen a much easier color then.
Yeah. I don't know. Looking at the coverage, maybe you should just paint your hand. Yeah.
And then what?
Put your hand on the model. in a very precise
hand
manner
for
to
it?
transfer the paint where we want it to go.
Somehow I think that's not going to be as efficient as using a paintbrush.
Certainly not, but not with that attitude.
No. I've been told I have a bad attitude, so.
What? Who's been out here saying lies? Is people at work again? Are they bullying you?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I had my my quarterly review, and they're like,
Oh.
"You're much nicer than you used to be."
That's not usually the direction you go in those sorts of things either.
I told them I'm not sure that's the case. I just talk to fewer people.
Statistically, yes. HR loves when you bring statistics into it. I mean, I used to work telephone support, so that's pretty much all they do. Okay.
Oh yeah, we have dated people that talk about statistics all the time. They're like, "You've made a decision on data that's not statistically significant," and they're like, "But it feels right. It's trending in the
Okay.
right direction."
Do one or the other, but you cannot do both.
Looking forward to my yearly review.
Oh, who's your boss?
I'm just waiting for the hello now.
Hello.
Thank you.
Am I less mean, Paul?
Than last year?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an interesting question. We'll have to go through the VODs. Compare.
So we're thinking we're going to do a red interior to this cape.
Yes.
Why did I agree to that? No.
If you haven't started, you can change your mind. You could even change your mind after you started.
Exactly. I mean, it's very easy to
Yeah,
cover.
where's the chemical vat that we just drown these in at the end?
Oh, no, it's just very easy to cover all of your mistakes with black.
How much detail do these characters actually need?
Well, that's up to you.
So, what game did you say this was for?
These are for the Mansions of Madness board game.
Oh, that's cool. That's the one where there's like a iPad thing that goes along with it, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, neat. We played that on stream a couple times.
I have all of the expansions, which makes playing the game actually kind of arduous because there are so many like cardboard tiles available that it takes forever to find the one that it asks you to find. And some of them have the same name and there's just like a different symbol next to the name. I was like, find the living room with the key, or find the living room with the little portal.
So we need to build you a caddy for storing all of these.
Well, I was able to fit all of the cardboard into the main box, but none of the minis fit in that box anymore. It is just full of the cardboard tiles. And so I have the minis in this
Booster box?
bundle, magic bundle. But this isn't all of the minis. Not even close.
I recall from our the last, I think at least the last Mansions of Madness game we played did not go well for our heroes.
That's pretty typical. It is a Cthulhu game. Was that the one that Graham did remote? Like he was here and other people were on the phone?
Oh yeah, we did do one that way. Or maybe it wasn't the most recent one then. I know there was one that was happening where there was like something. It was like a recurring event that happened, and people just kept getting knocked down by it.
Yeah. I like the scenario that's on a boat because you could just get out all the boat tiles and you don't have to. You know that you're just going to be on the boat. But that one has the flooding.
Ooh, mechanic.
And it's sort of a hidden role game too, because somebody is a monster.
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised that's like that's not a mechanic all the time.
For Cthulhu game?
Yeah.
It's hard enough. Just like the Battlestar Galactica board game, like the first half of the game there might not be a Cylon, but you can still just die.
Just like in real Battlestar.
We played the what is it, the like rebranded version of the Battlestar one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is on a boat again.
Not the captain is dead, but or is it the captain is dead?
No.
Here's progress in my purple wormy.
Oh. Ooh, the sort of darker the darker purple and then the lighter purple kind of blend together in an interesting way.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going on that. Just giving it a little bit to rest and also to drink my coffee.
Getting my boy's cuffs all whited up.
Give him a little French cuff.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try to dry brush on the main part of the body.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that really works well with the sort of folds of his skin.
Yeah.
Gross.
I think I need a finer brush here, actually. Look, construction side, you're getting a little bit too big for your britches here. I don't know. Maybe this this free Games Workshop paint holder. Maybe I may be aging out of it.
You're too good for it.
It might just be too small, or maybe I'm just trying to shove too much into it.
It's definitely one of those.
Yeah, there's one stray hair.
Do you need tweezers? You
What are you doing?
There we go. Got it.
Don't eat the paint, kids.
No. There was a stray hair on the brush. Okay, do I try to find something to cut it with, or do I just use my most sensitive organ?
Your teeth?
Tongue.
I think I'm just gonna let that go. I don't need to say anything.
Sometimes we don't. Need to
Somebody's
be-
asking which one that I'm painting, and I couldn't tell you. I don't know the names of these monsters. I'm sorry.
Give it a name.
George.
Just painting George.
I feel like nobody really asked his name.
It's true.
My name's George. Nobody asked, George.
That's why he's so upset.
Everyone's too busy screaming and running away. Nobody ever asked how George is feeling about the whole thing.
Everyone just asks, what George? No one asks, how.
No, I feel like a lot of people are asking how George.
Yeah, and probably a lot of why, too. But
Why George?
Why? George.
Okay, the white's coming in pretty okay. Come on, caller. Don't mess this up. I messed it up.
That's okay. You can do the dance where you paint one thing and then you have to paint around the edges
Yep.
to clean it up, and then you have to paint the
it.
thing again to clean that up.
Yeah.
It's traditional.
I'm just
in
painting
mini
this bow tie
painting.
white anyway, because it's going to get redded and it'll pop if it's red.
I think Iris of Aether in chat mentioned to paint it brown first and then red on
Before-
top.
Oh, that sounds like a good contrast.
Brown before red.
Known, very good mini painter, Iris of Aether.
Known individual.
Wait, that's not coming off. Sometimes you can use a little bit of water on a brush to pull a mistake off, but not this time.
Oh, yeah, I do that on canvases.
Okay. Let's brown his stick.
Hey, Ian.
Yeah.
What's brown and sticky?
Well, my caramel I made last Thursday on Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry, here on the Mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network.
The answer is a stick. It's a joke.
Oh.
I saw that look. Even chat knows.
Well, if chat knows, then it must be universal knowledge.
You can't keep a secret.
No, it's just proof that I'm not alone. With the
You have
stick.
two people
Corey, we're
sitting
right. We are
next to you.
right here.
You're not alone.
But neither of you said the punchline.
That's yours.
You're allowed to answer the question if you know the answer. That's how jokes work, right? You can't just...
I thought that ruins the joke.
If someone knows the joke, it ruins the joke.
Yeah, I think that's how jokes work. I mean, I'm not an expert. Far from an expert on jokes.
Pretty sure, like, okay, so why did the chicken cross the road?
Yeah, I never got that one. People have tried explaining it to me extensively. Like,
I was expecting you to say the answer, and then we could high five.
oh.
Yeah. We all shared. Culture. Woo. No?
I'm not a cultured person. All right. I think just show it off.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. That is extremely red.
Nice.
Yeah, red and some dry brushing.
Yes.
I'm going to start doing the pustules.
It was inevitable.
Walking on the
That is-
dusty wheels going down.
That is not something I would want to see in a dark alley.
At that size, though?
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
skittering behind some trash cans?
Yeah, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, in, like, say, the floor of your bathroom, even at that size, I would definitely not want to see that.
I don't want to see anything moving in the floor of my bathroom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sometimes the dust bunnies get me. It's just like the air currents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ah!
Yep.
Not in my most vulnerable state.
That's the smart move.
Killing on sight?
No,
Yes.
no, I forgot to use. Yeah, I've been forgetting to use my junk brush to paint to stir the paint up for me. Otherwise, you risk getting the in this thing here, risk jamming your brush into the all the way into the paint and getting it up into your ferrule.
Right. Don't get paint in your ferrule.
That's a good point, actually. So, like, usually on your brushes, you don't want to have, like, all of the bristle, like, the entirety of the bristles covered in paint. You know, usually you only want just the first little bit.
What you're trying to do is inside of brushes. There's a little sort of a small void in the middle that they call the barrel, and you're trying to load up that area with the paint, and then it just wicks out via the tip. I think I may have done this too thin. No.
Deep down, brushes are all just trying to fill that void inside.
It's a man who's just cupping his rod. Well, it's not a full grasp. You can't see the fingers go around those, so it's just more of a cup hold.
You can't say it like that.
You're right. I can't. All right,
Does,
yes.
does that
I
come
can't
before?
make tiny little pustules while I'm laughing.
No.
Does that come before or after the pondering the orb?
I mean, that's an exercise for the cupper.
No. That's not his name.
Sorry, the Queen of Cups.
Calm, zen.
I think we might have a
Ding dong, empty your mind.
It works. All right. Now I'm going back to painting.
Just crying
Nothing
slightly.
is wrong.
Hey, I found this stick.
Did you see that the winner of Stick of the Year is
Yes.
local, like a Duncan person?
But he won't tell us where he found the stick.
he said it was near Cowichan River.
Stick of the year?
Oh,
What?
yeah, from the International Stick Society.
Yeah. There is a contest for Stick of the Year, just sticks people found on the ground. And the winner got this stick that's shaped pretty much like a sword.
Yeah, with a hilt and like a
It's
basket
a really
hilt.
cool looking stick. But the other stick entries were really good. I saw one that was like a big shield that was just like a big root spread, and then there was the runner-up was a big club-looking stick.
When you're working on the international stage like that, you really got to have your stick game on the ice.
Yep, got to keep your stick game on the ice. Women can't find you handsome. At least they'll find you with a big stick.
If women can't find you, good job. You win hide and seek. All right. You know what? He gets brown shoes, too. Just to break things up a bit.
Brown shoes.
Is he wearing a belt? Is he going to get a belt?
I mean, he's got
With
a
a
belt
black
buckle.
tuxedo?
Yep. Look, he's a
I don't know
magician,
about
not a fashion plate. Oh, so tiny. The shoes of man.
She's that man.
What do you think you're gonna do with the tentacles?
Don't know.
I was worried for a second that was directed at me, and I was very confused.
It's like darker red or purple, like more blood-bearing.
Engorged.
Like a bobbit worm. There are horrors in the sea.
Yep.
Horrors.
For you and me.
For you and me.
Oh yeah, these look terrible.
I think I might do the ground.
Yeah, but you're looking at them with a microscope.
Oh yeah, no, they still look stupid, but I think I'm intending that.
You mean the shoes?
Yes,
They're well painted, but bad fashionably.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like often people spend a lot of time trying to make, their miniatures, either like a Warhammer army or Gundams or something. Like they try to make them look cool. But like, I feel like there is an area that I feel like the market for like extremely well painted of a well painted miniature, but the miniature happens to be a guy who has very poor fashion sense would be very interesting.
We still put Jace on cards. Come on.
Just random dig on Jace out of nowhere.
Oh no, it's been in my head for years.
That's true. Since before we moved. Yeah. Ah, look at the time. Should we
I
take a
can't,
break?
Corey. What do we need to do here?
Sure, yeah. Let's take a quick commercial break. Be back in just a few minutes.
Welcome back, everybody, to Can't Draw Horses Club. Angel and Ian and I, with the help of Paul, are painting some minis from Mansions of Madness.
Oh yeah, there should have been an echo on that. That would have been nice.
Madness.
We have one, but it does take some time to prepare.
Cue up the Beach Lander.
Right, you need the wizard hat.
So you're working on pustules.
I'm working on pustules. I'm painting them white before I paint them yellow because yellow is a very transparent color, and so I want them to show up yellow.
You see what you're saying? You really want those pustules to pop.
Yes.
Good.
Corey, try that again.
Mansions of Madness.
Okay, good.
Great.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to be painting the dirts. I waited until the body was a little drier so I could hold it.
Oh, the rocks and
The
stuff.
rocks and stuff.
And I'm going to attempt to make this guy's cape red on the inside using toluidine red. Well, do I want to use toluidine or do I want to use
Use
I have,
red.
I have a bunch of red here.
You do. Can I scoop up a little bit?
Scooting.
That's like a Cockney gangster's threat. I'm gonna make your cape red on the inside.
What does that mean, Mr. Cockney?
Oh yeah, there we go. That turns that into a very nice little contrast. I'm actually really liking this this silicone palette here. Keeps the paint nice and dry, and you can really see it come together and see how thin it is.
I'm mixing brown and brown together.
Wait.
Have you checked the chart? See what color that makes.
No, because one's from the expansion and one's from the original. I don't think they
no.
have the chart
Oh.
info for that.
No. It's a problem when you get the DLC. They're not
Yeah.
necessarily compatible.
Exactly.
That comes across as. Oh yeah, no, that's. I think I need more pigment.
Yeah, it took like 7 layers to get this.
To get there where you wanted it.
With just
It's
the
not even
straight
where
red.
I want it.
Ooh.
It's just mostly colored.
There's a ball in here, I know too.
Yeah. So as recently as last week, we talked about acquiring a paint shaker. Mm-hmm. We have not yet.
It was down to the wire.
Oh. Very contentious.
Well, no,
No.
it was just a case of, will this be delivered by Monday? Yes. Will it be delivered by Can't Do Our Horses Club time on Monday?
No.
No.
Oh.
So a paint shaker is coming. It just won't arrive in time.
Not yet. I'm going to wait until the Boxing Day sales come back and see if something drops it lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, having now tried to revive these paints, a paint shaker will make my life a little bit easier.
Do they have like little?
They have a ball.
There's like little model paint size paint shakers.
Oh.
Yes, but they come from, like many other things in modeling and painting, a different industry altogether. They come from the medical sampling industry.
Yeah. Just
Or
agitators.
lab work, essentially.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're just little vial agitators, and you put a corner to them, and they cyclone themselves up. They also get used a lot in the, what do you call it, nail painting industry.
Right. Yeah. Because I imagine like an actual like paint shaker is meant for like a quart of paint or something, so
Yeah.
it's too big.
Much too big. I've seen some people make 3D printed ones that you can attach to a jigsaw, but you know, if I'm looking to get a piece of equipment
The
to make,
mix-all.
to make my life easier, to remove friction, getting out the jigsaw and the paint is a little bit much.
Yeah. Other reciprocating saws are available.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea is just that, to keep the paints. The effort of shaking paints is partially what's keeping me from sitting down and painting sometimes. And if I can solve that with technology, then so be it.
The other alternative is to attach the paint to a pair of maracas
Ah!
and just make it more entertaining to shake.
Well, next week we'll be modding these Dreamcast maracas into paint shakers.
Where in the Samba de Amigo shakers are the sensors? Like, is the head empty?
You are correct, Cori. No, I think there actually is an accelerometer of sorts in the heads of the maracas, but the actual where your maraca is placed on the 3 vertical circles is due to a. I can't believe they decided that this was the technology that would be useful. Echolocation.
Yes.
Yeah. There's little sensors hanging down from the bottoms of the maracas, about 4 inches, that are either the receiver or the emitter of the acoustic
The receiver.
distance. Okay, yeah.
And then the
bass.
bass like emits like an ultrasonic tone.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is why they only work for certain ranges of people's heights, and even in game, you're supposed to select your height so that it knows which range to go with.
That is yeah. It's I wonder why they would use that like it seems like motion tracking and that kind of stuff is a fairly locked in technology.
Like, it absolutely is now, but I think in 1998, maybe less so.
That's true, I guess.
Well, they could also just have had a bunch of echolocation sensors and be like, what can we do with these?
You know what? Also true.
We had a bunch of bats lying around that we didn't know what to do with.
Our takeover, Sega's takeover of Dracula Incorporated is really what, ruined that company.
Shaking the paint.
Yep.
I'm very happy with how this is going on. It'll probably take a second coat, but it's definitely
I don't think we've ever used this violet.
probably not. I haven't done many of the enemy suits from Gundam Zeta, so not really a reason to use purple
Yep.
yet.
Always a
No
reason
other
to use
no other reason to use purple.
Not for me. That said, if someone wants to send me a master grade Psycho Gundam, then we can definitely start working on some purple.
Cori approves this.
Oh, Cori likes the Psycho Gundam.
Well.
Well,
Wait, what if you got Nina purple pit? Would you have to paint her purple?
no.
Damn it.
Now those we should be able to find pretty easily because for some reason people don't like her.
It's rude.
Okay, I think I've located all of the pustules.
Well done.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any.
Oh, why am I using your water? Sorry. Salt water.
I was gonna drink that.
All right, can I get some black?
Carbon black.
Is there some already out that I should use, or
Oh,
Do you want to steal from Ian?
you can try to steal from my little tub, but it's been thinned to a consistency that you may not
we'll see?
like. I don't know.
I got some.
I'm just redding up this guy's pants while I
I just
don't
need to
care.
clean up around the edges of these pustules.
I'm just imagining like you see the thing where you see like this monster like at night and it's just you see like the eye glowing in the dark and then another eye and then another eye and another eye and another. It's just like uh-oh. Oh, hello little kitty. Oh. That has too many eyes. Too many eyes. Too many eyes. Run.
I do think human beings have a propensity to be scared of things with more than two eyes.
Yeah, there's definitely they've used that on like horror movie posters and stuff. There's certain like mouths where your eyes should be and weird things like that. They definitely there's some people have visceral reactions to these things. That is just not cool.
This, wow.
So
You know what,
trying
just
the violet
jam
and
it
the
in.
red.
We'll make his shirt black after the fact.
Ooh.
This is a technique that I have called giving up.
Why do you call it that?
Because
I did mention that at the end.
that's what I did to his arm.
Oh.
Ah.
Gonna pop them off. There we go. Ooh. It's got a little
It's
bit
not
of
in
a
focus.
armpit
Focus,
deal.
you. Focus. Focus better.
Is it right on the bad edge of the? There we
Hey!
go.
Oh. Ah.
Goodbye. But yeah, you get the idea. That's not supposed to be red. Thankfully, all those parts that are red, except for just a little bit of the cuff, will become black, which should cover that over with
This lens is really not cooperating.
no issue. All right, let's just make the rest of the red nice and deep.
I'm painting from the inside out,
Just like the slideshow said.
right in the mouth, to the outside of the mouth.
To the outside of the mouth.
That's what that sort of dark reddy brown.
Yeah, it's a red and violet, so it should be kind of like a dried blood, a little bit.
Nice.
That is the trick to making red makeup look like blood, is to add a little black to it or a little purple.
Mm-hmm.
It looks less fake.
Maybe I'll do a little purple wash then over this red. All right, that's enough of that red for a bit. Start working on the black. And then break out my Tamiya flesh.
Ooh.
Who's Tamiya?
Well, they're a very large and in charge Japanese conglomerate.
And the Tamiya clear red just straight up looks like blood out of the, the thing. And it dries and it still looks like wet blood. It's great.
You can mix it with stuff like hot glue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just painted the hot glue.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is for like Halloween decorations and stuff.
Well, it was for the bottom of my severed head.
For Rada?
For Rada.
Yeah.
For Rada cosplay.
Good edging.
GC Dragon asks what models we're painting. We're painting models from the board game Mansions of Madness.
All right, Pants Boy. Let's do this.
And Pants Boy is here.
Special appearance.
Special guest Pants Boy.
I love the idea that like that's his. Everyone call it. It's like that's his nickname. It's like, oh hey, Pants Boy. He's like, everybody's wearing pants. Why am I pants? It's like he just has this nickname and nobody will tell him why. Oh hey, it's Pants Guy. Man, you're always wearing pants. So's everybody else. I don't get it. Why do I have this nickname?
Look, not all of us get nicknames. Just go with it.
He just starts like going around not wearing pants. Just be like, screw you guys.
Screw you
There,
guys.
you're the Pants Boys.
That's the sort of thing that drives a man to wear shorts and nothing but
Just only shorts.
forever.
Utilikilts.
Oh.
Yep. Behind every utilikilt is a Pants Boy.
A beautiful metamorphosis. What pressures in nature caused them to make this adaptation, shedding their pants for a utility kilt? Here we see the bully. I often worry about the faces I make while painting too.
What about them?
That they're either hilarious or the opposite.
What is the opposite of hilarious?
Good.
Let's see. Is humor the opposite of terror?
Tragedy, I think, is usually the.
Oh, tragic face. Oh no. Ian, I can't watch you paint. It makes me feel like crying. Ian,
Is it because
the
of
raw
how,
emotion.
is it because of how well I'm painting? No. Is it because bad? No. Back to the club.
Now you have accurately demonstrated the connection between tragedy and comedy.
Ah! Touched the cape. Now we gotta go back and put red over the black again.
The eternal struggle.
Back and forth.
Forever.
Red and white. The lovely bears of China. Oh no. Oh.
Was there a Dalek in here a moment ago? Oh no. The doctor.
I did have the Daleks ever said, "Oh no." It's not a very Dalek-y thing. Like,
No, yeah.
oh no, the doctor. Oh no.
Whoopsie
that-
boingo.
Oh no, the doctor's here.
Aurora
Crap.
Borealis.
Crap.
Yes, steamed hams, but it's the Daleks. I'm certain that exists already.
Chat.
Every any possible variation of steamed hams.
Yeah.
If you're airbrushing, you're making gas face. Wedge? What kind of face do you think you're making, Wedge?
I am almost ready for some yellow.
Ooh. You want cold yellow, yellow oxide, honeymoon yellow.
Hot yellow.
I think we'll go with cold yellow.
Check it
Cold
and see.
yellow.
Oh, you're shaking it for me? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, you're coming together, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let's clean up that top cuff a bit. Bungle.
Zabungaroo.
Yes.
Saboomafoo?
Zooboomafu.
That. Woo, that's gonna take me on a ride.
Cracked creatures.
Hayate no yomi, zaboomafu, zaboomafu.
So it's Zabungle, but you pilot a lemur puppet.
I think it's just Zabungle, but the lemur is also there.
Oh. Anime.
That sounds perfectly reasonable to
If
me.
Ian's talking about an anime on air, it came out probably before you were born.
Who's you?
Thou, not you.
The
Yeah,
Thou?
them. Thou, thems.
you know, those.
I see.
The lemur replaces Timp. Thank you as ever, Elsandra, for A, knowing, and B, bringing up Timp and reminding me. Okay, do I attempt to go back and repair the whites, or do I want to work on some other things first?
I don't know. Repairing the whites seems ambitious.
Maybe let's touch up the red a bit.
You know, all these mouth creases are holding a lot of moisture.
And how's the model doing?
Okay. No, I always use your water again. Why am I doing that?
Well, because everything's over here.
Hey everybody, how's your mouth creases feeling?
Just become aware.
Moisty. Oh, yeah. Doink. Look at that.
Doink.
Yeah. Yellow's very
Oh yeah, that's a thick boy.
boom.
Thickminton.
Thickmint?
Nope, not while I'm having Clamato.
Are you drinking Clamato?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, you have clam juice?
And tomato in one bottle. And then in my mouth. Okay, yeah, I think it's time to try some flesh while we wait for that rest of it to dry up.
Today on the show, we'll be trying flesh.
Bought this for flat flesh, in fact.
Flat flesh?
Yeah, bought this for the Vision of Escaflowne Hitomi figure that I've been...
Oh, the garage kit.
Yes.
Just a really plain looking Hitomi.
Oh, she's got the wings, though. It's the cover of the first soundtrack.
Mm.
Okay. Is that enough? No. The little Tennille jars don't have steel balls in them, so they can't form a stand. But also they take a while to mix more. That's how it works, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's good.
You could add one.
I could. I can't today. Well, no, I can today, but not right now.
What's your next move, Cori?
Maybe I grab another model so that while this one's drying, I can swap back and forth, but I don't know. Just the inside of the... It's almost there.
Yeah, you can do like
More
stuff
body
on the
work.
rocks and body while the mouth is drying.
Yeah, yeah. Stuff on the rocks.
Body.
Rocks and body.
I don't know the
Body.
song.
Okay, so let's add... How to get paint in there? You don't need much. And this is already thinned, and it's... Yeah, so we just leave it at that.
Healthy. Yellow's popping out over here. Garbage brush.
Oh,
What? I need a different garbage brush?
no, what are you planning to do?
Dry brush.
Oh yeah, then that's the right one. If it was like a paint transfer brush, I would give you a different one. All right, let's make a man out of you. Do I want? No, I'll just wash that a little bit later with some black to give it a bit more definition. Remember, he be cupping, not gripping.
I've totally lost what Ian is talking about.
Yep.
It's all about his stick, and
How he gripping.
yeah. His name is Pants Man, and he be gripping.
So the next time I play this board game and anyone chooses the magician, I'll be like, no, his name is Pants Man.
He doesn't like when you call him that, but that's his name.
Pantsman the Magician.
I'll print out a new card for him.
Yep.
Replace the name. Or just use my label maker to put the Pants Man title over.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit of medium to that. So that's
It's the Amazing Pantsman.
And his pants.
Just walked out on stage. Ta-da! I don't know what I was expecting. It's the guy wearing pants.
That was the weirdest Dr. Seuss book. The pants with no one inside them.
I don't know this one.
No, I'm. You got a.
Is this Candle Cove? Like,
Is this one of his WW2?
I don't think
Productions.
so. It's like this green pair of pants walks around and everyone's afraid of it. And then in the end, they're like, oh, well, they're just as afraid of you as you are of it. It's like the moral of the story.
cool.
Okay, let's give this guy a face.
Yeah, I just Google searched Dr. Seuss pants book, and indeed, what was I scared of? A book, yeah, it's about a pair of green pants that have nothing inside them.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Oh, I should have used brown in his hair too. Well, we'll get there. Let's just wait until we got this flesh all. I don't know why I need to be quiet getting up all close to the model, like I'm going to scare it or something.
I can sense your fear.
Oh God, no. All right. Man, those actually almost look like hands.
Almost.
Like human hands?
Oh God, no. They look like big, strong hands, don't they? Big, strong human hands.
Just like the Rock Crusher. All right.
Well, all right then. Not. Oh, I just saw an area I missed with my red, and I don't know if I can get in there. Let's find out.
Well, if the paintbrush can't reach it, then sometimes you don't have to worry about it, because eyes can't reach it either.
Good point. People, you know what? I am looking at that from an angle where it will not be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get in there. And just there we go. Yep. Yeah. Just paint the side of his pants red. He loves it.
You could add some special effects, like he's got some mud on his pants or the
Could add
blood
that.
splattered.
Wouldn't be bad. But I do want to get the base colors locked in. All right, let's get back to that brown and give this guy some hair and a beard. No. We are not dry yet.
No. What?
Sorry.
No
dry.
hair and no beard. I think my next phase is going to be to add some orange around the edges of these eyes. And I have red and yellow, so I don't need to use orange paint. I should be able to mix my own.
Hey.
Don't even have to look at the chart.
Ooh.
I did remember the Sesame Street song about that. Red and yellow make orange. Yellow and blue make green. Enough to make a rainbow for you and for me. Just 3 colors make the world go round, except this is overly simplified and doesn't apply to additive.
Oh, fleshy worm.
Cyan is important color, so is magenta and yellow. But then there's this K1, that's black.
I don't think your version's going to catch on.
No, I don't. I mean, they are going out of production unless they get rescued by another studio soon. Sesame Street, I mean, specifically.
Not Ian's songs.
No. Ian's songs will continue until, well,
Morale improves?
no, that's not going to help. It's not going to help you.
Oh no.
Blink. I'm blending.
Oh.
Okay. So I think I'll come back there with black once that's dried.
Wait, I think I did miss one. Is that?
Mm,
Or is that just a lump?
I think that's just a lump from the printing.
You might want to get that checked out.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
It's not monstrous.
What paint brand are you working with, Cori? These are Chimera with a K.
They're from Italy.
Ooh.
I think that face is now ready for hair.
Okay. I'm going to grab a smaller brush for the faces of the tentacles.
The tentacles have faces?
Well, they have the suckers side and then the back side.
Oh, okay. Different kind of face.
Yep. What is it? Proximal, distal. What's the one for front and back? Dorsal
I think so.
and what's the opposite of dorsal?
Belly.
Yep. So these tentacle bellies. Tentacle belly.
Getting them all tent up.
Ventral. Hey.
There you go.
Come back with some more flesh in a second.
More flesh in a second.
Be right back with more flesh.
Right after this.
Everything looks dry now, which means it's a trap.
Means it's not actually dry.
Hopefully that dries in an approximation of a face.
Mini faces are quite difficult. They're such small scale.
We've got a 000 brush if you want.
Ooh. I might want that for the eyes and buttons here once we get there.
Okay.
All right. Let's set that on the.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
That
looks
looks lovely.
Very spooky.
Nice.
Pustules.
You said you wanted to make them glow?
I do. I'm going to start with putting orange around the sides. But the real glowy part is going to be dry brushing some yellow on on the surrounding area of the pustule.
Right.
Oh, that's cool. Like it's sort of emitting light onto the other part of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fancy.
we do an OSL today.
That's the plan.
That wasn't in the presentation.
It's a very basic presentation. I'm also going to do some two-brush blending right here.
What?
If I wasn't too slow.
Oh, is it drying?
Man, that face is coming together really well.
Is that going to involve you having a brush in both hands?
No, two brushes in one hand.
Ooh.
So I have one brush that has paint on it and one brush that just has water. And so you apply the paint with the one brush and then switch to the other brush to like blur the edges so that it blends into the color that you're painting on top of.
Neat.
There we go. That cleans up the stick a bit.
The legendary two-brush technique.
As was foretold, but not in the slideshow.
I didn't talk about it in a slideshow. We need to do another one that's like advanced mini painting
All right,
techniques.
I'm game.
Mm-hmm. What's the one where you have a brush in each hand and one in your mouth?
Ooh.
Dangerous.
Zorro. What is Zorro's sword technique called?
Oh god, we need to go back to the tapes.
No, it's okay. There's got to be One Piece fans in chat. Forbidden.
Eventually I'm going to win this back and forth between black and red on his one side.
He's gonna have just like a lump. Solve it by removing his arm.
Mm-hmm. The amputee musician or magician?
There we go. Now don't do any more. Come back. Spread around some paint over here. Ah, I did. Just barely touched him. On the knee. All right, I do need to paint his, but I need a different brush for that. Where's that 000, Cori?
Da-da-da.
Oh my, so fine.
She's so fine.
Is that as small as the brush that I showed? Yeah, I think that's the size that I show for the
I think so.
small brush.
When I was a kid, it was like the double zeros were for the eyeballs. So this fancy triple zeros. So fine.
Well, this is for the bow tie. This is my first time using this brush, and I love it already. All right, I am actually proud of that enough. I'm going to go put it on the point.
Ooh.
Whoa. Man on point.
In one. Whoop. Wrong way.
Yeah. Who is he?
It's Pants Boy. Or is it Pants Man? Is he a boy or a man?
Pants Man, with his trademark pants.
I think his Pants Boy is his nickname, but when he does power up and become, the superhero that he is inside, he becomes Pants Man. No one's
is
able.
it is it like a Shazam situation where it's like,
Oh
Billy
yeah,
Bats.
he's really like 10 years old, and he's a big fan of magicians, and he says, "Alakabazam," and then
That's
he
what's
becomes Pants Man.
Ricky J. And he becomes Pants Man, the most powerful magician.
I mean, Ricky J was definitely awesome.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, it's like if he's like Shazam, then he has to say the name of his.
Oh, right,
hero.
right. Say the name of the power, yeah.
Why did I do that? Right, because I wanted to get just a bit around the edge of the black that's there. That's annoying me because I can see it, and only I can see it. That would have been a mistake if I hadn't done it correctly. Whew.
Welcome to art. Fixing things only you can see.
Pretty sure cabinetry too.
I'm sure there's a lot of trades and that are like that.
Game development.
Cosplay, yeah.
Chiropractic.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! What's wrong, doctor? Oh, nothing. We'll take care of it. Don't worry. Okay, that's that. Now the black touch-up.
Ard Collider in the chat is mentioning that apparently Chris Person, I don't know who that is, but they've released a new
Yes.
pristine copy of Ricky Jay and his 52 assistants,
A
which is
VHS rip, or an RF VHS rip too.
which is one of the most amazing. Ricky Jay, but if you don't know, was generally considered to be the greatest card manipulation guy, possibly of all time. At least,
he wrote all the books, so.
yeah. He was also one of the great sort of magic historians. He had like tons and tons of like historical magic books and stuff. But anyway, but just showing off some of his skills.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And-
I think his assistants are in that one too, which really help sell the.
Well, the idea is his 52 assistants is the cards, right?
Well, I didn't get the joke.
It turns out that if you are skilled enough at card manipulation to memorize the order of 52 cards in a deck, deal from anywhere in the deck arbitrarily, and reorder the deck as you want while you're shuffling it. If you could do those three things, then basically any actual like magic card tricks become basically trivial. Like,
It's just an order of operations.
yeah, like pick a card and do the thing is trivially easy if you can memorize the entire order of the deck and move cards around independently. It's
Wow.
he's basically does for real what magicians do when like using tricks, like for
Yeah,
when,
like
when
a-
they're
like
when they're
a
doing
shade
card
deck.
tricks. Yeah, this is actually just real.
All right. Got some gold paint out. Gonna see how that works with my medium. Still needs a bunch of thinning, but
Gold paint.
yeah. Figure
What-
for his buttons.
Ah, nice.
Just like Santa.
Santa doesn't have gold buttons.
What Santa do you pray to?
The one with black buttons.
What?
Oh no.
Well,
We
we
have
found the
a-
rift.
Yeah, we have a schism. I'll be
This is-
honest, I never really considered the canonical color of Santa's buttons.
We accept agnostics as well. Button agnostic Santa. The worst Christmas carol.
What about Santa just like in a like a Nehru jacket that doesn't have buttons?
Or a collar. Colorless Santa, hurry down my chimney tonight. The paint is bad. No, the paint is bad.
Ooh, dropped one of my brushes. The dangers of the two brush technique.
A high degree of precision.
You gotta hold your breath while you're doing the tiny things.
Let's hold the breath and then time the heartbeats.
Mm-hmm. Like those tiny like paintings on a pinhead.
There's an amazing TED talk that guy gave who does sculptures in matchsticks, like with the on like the head of a matchstick,
Right.
and he's this incredibly wonderful, sort of gentle older guy talking in very soft voice about doing his. He's talking about. So I was looking for a brush that was small enough to do these little details, and I found a fly,
Yeah.
and I took a hair off the head of a fly.
Single hair.
Off the head of a fly, and used that.
And we all laugh until we see it being done. Need that again, but more white touch up. Just a little bit.
Wrong
I
brush.
like to imagine this magician just,
Sorry.
is wearing this very fancy white shirt and cloak and everything, and then has gone out for like sloppy joes or something. So he keeps having to get his white shirt touched up.
Okay, let's do a bit of black. Let's maybe get the eyes roughed in. Again, just simple pinprick of pigment is probably all we need.
I've seen people use a toothpick for that.
For the eyes?
Mm-hmm. For like the pupils. How's your worm?
Pretty good. The pink with the brownie kind of looks like a chocolate with cherry filling.
Forbidden cherry.
That's how I like my worms. Chocolate and cherry flavored.
The plan is to do kind of like a dark wash to pop the lighter spots a bit better.
Now you talked about dry brushing in the presentation. I guess in some ways washing is sort of the opposite.
It is. It's where you have a very thin, translucent paint, and you paint it all over and let it settle into the cracks.
Yeah, I tend to overdo it, and then it's really muddy.
Well, you can do it like you do a varnish, of like you put it all over and then you use a paper towel
And wipe
and
it off?
wipe it off.
I can try that.
Oh yeah, this brush existing is dangerous for me.
Oh, the little tiny brush? Yeah, we've had that for a while.
Yeah.
Because the brush is so small, it encourages you to put detail on things that you shouldn't be putting detail on.
Well, no, it just makes it easy to do right up to these edges. It's going to be difficult to see without the before and after, but you can see right now that his pants or his shirt is now tucked into his pants in a straight line rather than a wavy bottom.
You put on his belt.
Yeah. And again, those things that no one will notice when they're playing the game, being mad at the results of dice rolls, etc. Do I even need those? No, I don't. Great. Wow. Okay.
Do we feel like taking another break?
Did I get all of them?
I think I could use one. How are you doing, Cori?
I'm good.
Angel?
I just have one more pustule to do, and then I could show this off, and then we can take a break.
Sweet.
Sounds good. I'm going to clean up the eyes.
I'm just catching the edges of the
There we
light
go.
tentacle spots.
Ooh, that really the
The orange, yeah.
orange really gives it some neat depth.
More to come.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's. I'm not gonna touch.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, nasty.
How's your little man?
Just got the whites of his eyes in the way I like.
Are you putting little suckers on the insides of his
Yeah, I will.
tentacles? Ooh, nasty.
There's a bit of that left there, and good for now until I get that dried.
All right. Shall we take a quick commercial break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be back after these messages. Just imagine the bees, chat. Welcome back to Cantera Horses Club. Today, Angel, Ian, and I are painting minis. And Paul's here too.
Hello.
But not painting.
I finished mine, and apparently I accidentally made a Darien.
With brown shoes.
Yeah.
We have some thoughts and feelings about how he's dressed.
You
Oh
wanna,
no.
You want to put your guy on the
Oh yeah, please.
spot there?
Magic
If you
Man?
could while I
Yeah.
clean up my lenses.
Pop it off.
Corey, may I use some of your brown paint?
Sure. Which one?
Right. I'm going to start with the darker one. I'm going to put some low lights on these red horns or squiggly things.
Yeah. Are they horn or noodle?
I think like some of both.
Yes.
Classic game.
My favorite Italian food game, horn or noodle.
Looking dapper.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to touch his eyes with the triple O brush, though, just to give him a little bit of a pupil. But
Do you have any varnish today? Can you completely finish off this mini?
I have, ironically, I have some Tamiya X22 clear, but I've only ever sprayed that, so
Oh, it's not a brush on.
I don't know if it probably could be, but I wouldn't trust it to. That and my go-to varnish is actually a floor polish for clear coats. So.
I'm just imagining this magician to go to pull a rabbit out of his hat, and he just starts pulling the worm that Cori's painting. It just keeps coming, and he gets more and more horrified.
Yeah, okay, Legati, slow down.
All right, get my regular glasses off.
It's interesting you don't need your regular glasses when you have that on.
Yeah, I think I'm nearsighted is the one that allows you to see things that are nearby.
Yes.
I always get tripped up by the vector of the sightedness.
Whether you're talking about what you can see or whether you're talking
Yeah,
about what
like
you can't see.
is a nearsighted person someone who can see close by or can't see things nearby?
They have near sight.
Thank you. Now there we go. There's the mnemonic I needed.
Near means near.
Yeah. It's the worst superpower.
Automata sight. Get.
You can see things that are close, as if they are close. Wow. Can I also see things that are far away? No, not at all.
Greedy.
Okay. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Looks like he's kind of giving you the side eye.
It's Oh wow, yeah. He does look a little concerned, which considering the kinds of things that he's going to go up against, I can
What's
see
about
why.
to happen to
Yeah.
him? All right, and I didn't ruin this brush.
So we
Exciting.
don't have another dry brush brush?
No, we don't have a triple O dry brush, Cori. I'm sorry. Right, let's move on to this weird guy. Oh, no, wait, I want to finish his base before anything else, just to save you some time.
Okay.
So I got the black paint already.
Just wondering how much red I want to use for washi.
All of it.
All the red.
Well, there's kind of some yellow in there, so if you want
That
pure
one?
red, yeah,
That
probably
one.
don't use either of those. They've all been mixed.
I don't know if we've talked about this. You're saying this is a wet palette that you're using
Yep.
there to mix your colors?
So it's got kind of a permeable paper and a sponge underneath. So-
It basically is parchment paper. In fact, in this case, it actually is parchment paper.
Yes.
How does that avoid the paints just getting really diluted with the water?
Surface tension would be my guess.
They are pretty wet. Yeah.
Like that is the purpose, is to keep the paints wet. So
But it's sort of to keep the paints from drying out. But I would, because normally you add water to a paint and it will get diluted. But
I'm going to guess we don't use this word often enough. Reverse osmosis. There's less wetness on the paint side, but there's that semi-permeable membrane that keeps it going. It just means that if you're cooking, be aware that parchment paper will leak some moisture to the other side. Chad, if you have a scientific explanation, put it there, please.
Water is wet.
Or a funny fake explanation.
Oh, damn it.
go. That's based.
Oh. I just look over and it's so wet.
It's very wet.
Oh, right, you're washing your...
Making them wet.
I think that's a mini that would benefit from a glossy varnish.
Oh, yeah.
My wet worm.
Yeah, you want it keeping... You want it looking wet.
It's like I remember playing, was it Doom 3? And thinking like, those are the most disgusting specular maps I've ever seen. Like they were really, they spent so much effort getting the freaky fleshy walls just the right amount of
Freaky fleshy.
disgustingly moist and, you know, reflecting the light in just that creepy way.
Okay, hopefully I have done this in such a way that it will dry nicely. It won't look too bad. Come on. Get off there. Bonk.
Oh, nice. It just gives them a nice clean base.
Yeah, just clean up the paint marks and the excess priming and finishes it just a bit. But you do want that top coat, that varnish, to protect, especially with minis that are going to be touched a lot. Some paints are much better than others at sticking to themselves. And sometimes you're dealing with transforming robots that you're going to touch a lot. Touch the robots. All right, let's start by dry brushing this nasty boy.
Drabush.
Drabushing.
So what is this new model you're working on?
This is a deep one. Ooh, he's got some thoughts in his head. Guessing mainly pain.
Not about explosive decompression.
Ooh, yeah, no, you got to worry about that.
What, the deep ones just look like blobfish with...
So sad.
It's like, no, you weren't supposed to bring the deep one up from the under
Yeah.
the water so fast.
That's the thing about waking up Cthulhu is, you know, he's down pretty deep. He comes up too fast.
He doesn't look like that when he's down in the deep. Stop making fun of Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's all his like roaring and thrashing about is actually just like, was it nitrogen
Nitrogen narcosis.
narcosis? Yeah.
Yep. Cthulhu is high as a kite.
Oh, that just comes together.
What color are you going to make the deep one?
I think I was going to go with green, and then maybe do some yellow on top of that.
I like the way they have him on the base there, where he's just got one hand down on the base.
No, it's not even on the base. That's straight into the sticky substance I use.
Oh, does he not have a base at all?
No.
He's not been based yet.
They've got
No.
these little tabs.
Yeah, the monsters in this game have bases
Yeah.
that have like a slot for their card so you can see their stats.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah. Only the player characters get bases.
That's how you can tell the difference between the former cultist and the active cultist, because the former cultist has the base.
Former cultist is based.
Got there. Right. Yeah, like the dry brushing really
That's
takes
cool.
it immediately into a.
Oh no!
Yeah!
Magician, look out behind you!
Fun. Stand up. Okay. Ooh, green. Here we are. I don't want to. This is going to be a very bright green, so maybe I should add a bit of
Oxide green.
oxide green. Sounds. Yeah. No, this is a fluffo green.
That's a brighter green, yeah. What's stopping you from playing as a deep one if you really want? Nothing! Your game, your rules.
Honestly, your DM.
Well, the GM for this game is an app.
Oh,
The app says no.
says no. Can't argue with the app.
Yeah.
I think you can be a deep one in the boat episode, but you don't get to choose. It's random.
The app is like the most pedantic DM ever. Just like, well, it's not in the book here. Sorry, can't do it.
So I've been doing.
Ooh, cobalt blue-green.
Ooh, cool blue green.
You could play as a deep one wearing a hat and pretending to be a human. Hello, fellow humans. Don't I enjoy breathing air like all the humans do.
Into my large air sacs.
Worry not about my presence. I am one of you. I too enjoy the Charleston. Let's try the foot first.
Little footy.
Let's put on a glass so that I can see what I'm doing. God, I'm gonna need one of those sets of glasses on chains around my neck, aren't I?
Oh.
Like several pairs.
Or like the ones that flip that have multiple lenses.
I mean, I think we have some of those in the prop bin, actually.
Oh yes, we do. Okay, I'm doing more. Hi.
Yeah, I think I do have some of the Deep One hybrids minis. Pretty sure this guy. That guy's one of them.
This man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ah,
The
wait. That
He's got
is
the little tab for his stand.
oh yeah.
right.
I don't think she's a Deep One hybrid, but she's some other kind of hybrid.
I like that guy. I mean,
Rah.
oh wow. See the other she's got the scary arm and stuff. The other guy looked just like a normal guy in a cable knit sweater.
Yeah.
I didn't quite
No,
see
that's-
what was.
You don't start wearing cable knit sweaters until the fish get you.
Ah,
It's
horrifying.
It's a lot more obvious when you look at his portrait, the little card. Like his face is quite fishy.
Fishy face.
It's like gray and gilled.
Just imagining like a young couple vacationing in a little seaside town, and things get creepier and creepier, and then the husband goes away, and then you see him come back wearing a cable knit sweater. Like, no, they got to you. What are you talking about? It's just really warm and comfortable.
The irony being that the cable knit sweater, or I just recently had a cable knit sweater show up in my Amazon wish list saying, well, hey, it's on sale, you should buy it. This was a green cable knit sweater I added to my wish list back when not The Force Awakens, the Last Jedi was in theaters because of the,
Luke.
no, not Luke, the Mon Calamari wearing the green cable knit sweater.
So fish guys wearing cable knit sweaters is what you're saying is
Yeah.
pretty common.
Already a trope.
I do not remember Mon Calamari wearing a sweater.
He was just a fisherman, or I guess a fishman.
Fisherman?
I mean, he was fisher than most of the other people in that scene, so.
I'm watching paint dry.
Whoa. Oh man.
Oh wow, that's good.
If you can use like varnish or something to keep that
Glossy.
glossiness, that is, and the sort of the way it's kind of, because of how it's drying, it's sort of patchily glossy.
A little bit, yeah.
It's really nasty.
That's where you can like mix the gloss and the matte varnish in different spots. Make it look inconsistently sticky.
Yeah.
Especially with the magician standing there being like, oh boy.
Right,
I
have,
feel like, yeah, I'm gonna need more than
No kiss.
No kiss. The wrong show. I have highlights on my eyes.
Yeah, the highlights went up last week.
Oh, the highlight on the eyes is great.
Are those not pustules?
Oh wow.
Well, I think some of them are eyes.
You can see through a pustule
Yeah.
if you're a fish person.
I'm going to try and get some more definition on these tentacles.
Mm. Magician's like, I'm gonna need some more doves if I'm gonna do this.
Gonna need more small birds. My paint is pooling more than I wanted it to, so I'm trying to move it around a bit. But he's coming together in a color that I really like. I mean, I don't want to misgender them.
Your fish?
Yeah, they haven't told me. Name, occupation, pronouns. Lizard man, lizard man,
Lizard man.
lizard man, lizard them.
Lizard them.
Okay.
It's true. It's very specific. It's not. They're very careful to be called. They're deep ones,
Yes,
not deep man or deep woman.
deep Ian. That was a Tiltios original when I had an error with my sound card.
And your voice was just pitched down.
Yeah, about 20 minutes into every episode, it would just go down by 4 or 5 octaves.
Ah.
Weird. I never experienced it myself. But
Could you figure out how to do that deliberately? That'd be a nice effect.
yeah, right. Unfortunately, no. No, it was just time-based. Probably a RAM thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let this guy dry for a second here. In his upsetting glory.
He's also very shiny.
Just a little too tall for the camera, Ian.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Oh yeah. Very, very like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
So I think we give it some splashes of brown around it. It should really come up. So I'll need to dilute the brown a bit more as well. Ooh, do I want to use medium or do I want to just do a drop of wetting agent? I think I want to use a drop of wetting agent.
Little drop will do you.
Yes.
What's wetting agent?
It's essentially a soap. It's again adding that surface tension reducing ability, so that you're rather than paints going on and staying in a nice consistent depth to them and an opacity, it releases that surface tension and allows it to pool into the crevices and release on top of the highlights. So it aids. It basically is making a speed paint out of regular paint.
Whereas if you would just use like water or something, it wouldn't do the same. It would have a totally different effect.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Water would thin the paint, but it wouldn't. It wouldn't cause it to pool more so than it would normally.
Cool.
Yeah. Chemicals.
I do remember that experiment in like 6th grade science class where we had a plastic container of water and we floated a paper clip in the surface tension, and then you drop a drop of soap on one side and it makes the paper clip drop.
Very cool.
I like the pepper on the plate or oil.
Or you can see it like the
Yeah.
Brownian motion of it moving
Oh,
around.
yeah. Let's see how. No, it still needs a few more minutes to fully dry. So I'm not ready to start single blush blending yet.
Single brush blending.
I don't even know if that's a thing you can do.
We'll find out.
Well, you can put the paint on and then very quickly wash your brush.
That's actually kind of what I've been doing. But that's more due to the small amounts of use of paint. I guess this is why you generally want to do a group of them together.
Yeah, especially if you're going to mix paint, because then you get a consistent color.
Okay. Getting close. Time to bring out the hot air gun.
You could just blow on it. Oh, I think I missed the brown on this one.
This is actually kind of weird to me now.
Blowing on it?
And the reason for that is that I decided that this was the year I was going to learn how to properly slurp noodles, in terms of ramen
Right.
or other Asian noodle dishes. And so the idea of blowing on food, blowing on something, the way I used to blow on food now feels weird. My first thought was, okay, so we'll just get up here and.
Don't slurp the deep one.
Big Slurpee.
Uh-oh.
Please do not slurp the deep one.
That said, blowing on the paint can be dangerous, especially if you're doing something with a contrast paint like this.
Oh, it moves it around.
Exactly, you end up pushing the paint out of its settled areas, and then you get an inconsistent dry. So I'll start with just the feet, I think, actually, and see if that looks good. Because it might be interesting to leave some of the areas not coated with a secondary of paint. I think.
And this is one where it would be appropriate for its feet to be covered with mud.
Mm-hmm. So many teeth.
Why does it need all those teeth?
It's not currently eating anything. Well, this has been great so far. I've been trying some different techniques and trying some different equipment and liking it all.
Oh, good. Yeah, and it's low stress because these minis aren't like super expensive or super important.
I mean, there is a little bit of stress always because even if you can reprime and strip the paint, it does take time.
Yeah.
That is a fun thing, though. You know, if you are getting into, say, Warhammer or Gundam or you know something that has some can be quite expensive minis that you want to really do nicely. Board games are often a great source for minis that for practicing on, for trying out and getting your techniques, because you can often get quite a few minis for inexpensive.
Yep. In fact, thrift stores would be a good place for those too.
Yeah.
To get them even cheaper.
The HeroQuest game that we play is composed of two like 70-80% sets of HeroQuest bought on two different occasions from the same thrift store for a combined $1.50.
Nice.
And I enjoyed doing a lot of painting on the miniatures, which are very sort of one piece molded beings, but they're you get orcs and goblins and skeletons and chaos warriors and different guys.
And I'll say as well, if you're one of those people who likes to print your own minis at home, print an extra one to do some tests on.
Oh yeah. The minis that they used for Pandemic Legacy, I made those on Hero Forge and painted them.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, they're on the
you.
shelf
They're around
somewhere.
here somewhere.
There.
There's a variety of them, but
I did enjoy Pandemic Legacy.
yeah,
think-
they're unfortunately. So I painted all of the bases different colors so that you could see them on overhead. And then the characters you all selected was like blue, purple, gray, and black. And like people were like, we can't tell the difference.
Yep.
I'm like,
But
I painted them a whole rainbow. Those are just chose poorly.
That sounds about right. Best laid plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there are, we may revisit, probably not anytime, immediately, but I know there's at least, I think there's like Pandemic Legacy sort of year 2 or something. Like,
Season 2, yeah.
and then I think there's even a third one too.
Oh, is there?
Pandemic Harder.
Pandemic Legacy. No, not the real life one. This is still for entertainment.
The return of the Chonic or whatever we.
It was
Yeah.
the Chonic.
Yeah, the Chonic. What were the three? It was Chonic, Fortnite.
Yep.
I forget what the other ones were.
There should be 4, right?
Yeah, there's 4 that you get to name.
I had forgotten about my Chonic.
Did we name one Twitch chat? I can't remember.
Sounds
If
like
you
us.
didn't, that's a lost opportunity.
There we go. Just add a little bit of black to that brown that I've been thinning up, and it's really starting to churn. Come on. A little bit of pigment goes a long way.
All right, I think I'm almost done with these tentacles. Then I'm going to do the nails and then the hopefully glowy effects. All right.
Oh, nice.
Wow. I love the highlight on that.
Oh yeah, the highlighting on the tentacles really gets the sort of the ridges on the tentacles.
So I dry brushed it with red with some of the medium, but then that sort of made them all look pink, so then I just painted the red stripes back on top. All right, time for some manicure here.
Think you're going to finish in 20 minutes?
Yeah, I can finish in 20 minutes. I mean, no, not except for varnish.
Yeah. I think
Let's do that at home.
what this guy needs here, I'm really liking this color that I've got so far, but I want to add just a bit more white dry brushed back on top, just to give him that sort of dried salt look.
Ooh.
Oops.
I think I might need like a blue or something for the tentacles.
Whoa! I accidentally dipped my brush into the red.
Oh, another Ian sound effect for the
What?
library.
Yep.
the crapshoot on Saturday was a treasure trove of those.
I'm really looking forward to that particular crap shot.
I think it's tomorrow coming out.
Oh yeah,
I believe
Tuesday.
so, yeah.
So yeah, it will be. The return of a fan favorite, and also an Ian favorite.
Oh, the Zen Master makes an appearance in the Autumnal Rumble too.
Oh, do they? Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we were talking about during the stream that like, that there's lots of he gets referenced a lot by the fans and different things, but then he's got that like Boba Fett thing where it's like super popular, but then he only actually had like 5 minutes of screen time.
So get ready for an entire season of Angry Zen Master on Disney Plus coming in 2025.
Yeah. You get to see all his backstory. Why is he so angry? He went from being just a relaxed Zen master until
One day, he was swallowed by a...
The Sarlacc?
Yep. I was just here for meditation retreat.
A little bit lighter.
Oh man, this guy looks terrible. It's great.
he looks sick, both in the sense of looking cool and in the sense of looking like there's something deeply wrong with him.
All is appropriate.
So I think instead of white, I'm going to use the Ulthuan Gray to dry brush on top, just so it's not quite as brightened.
Ulthuan Gray.
Yep. Can you guess what faction I painted? It's Tau.
I don't know anything about Warhammer.
That's okay. Ooh, hey, we've got our technical paint here too. The base Battlemire.
What's a technical paint?
I believe the different classes of paint with what do you call it? Games Workshop are your layer, your contrast, and your technical. At least when I was buying paints. The layer, of course, is self-explanatory. It's for when you're doing the layer technique, layers over top of each other. They're fully opaque. Contrast being semi-transparent with the pigment inside so that it contrasts with the things underneath it. And technical for everything else, which generally means stuff that you spoon onto the bases to make it look like dirt and whatnot.
Oh, so it's like a much thicker paint.
Like this is literally it's literally paint mixed with grit in here.
Oh wow. Oh, I see. So it's actually like a specific, like it's trying to emulate something.
Yeah. Specifically, I think just muddy dirt. Right, let's give a little green to his smile.
Is he smiling?
Well, in deep culture, this is how they smile.
Good to know.
Yeah, when he opens his mouth and shows all his teeth, that's when he's happy.
Yep.
Because he's about to bite your face, and that makes him happy.
Ooh, there we go. That. Just painting the interior of the mouth black is enough to give it some more depth. So that's a good thing. Right to the edges of the teeth too. we're about ready to start the brushing.
Depression.
Let's make sure our paint is well mixed.
Nope, too much. Too much paint on my dry brush.
You too.
Get out.
You know what? Aside from a slight corner that I think I can repair pretty easily, I think that went on okay. Let's give that a bit more brown, just to...
We have 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I should be able to wrap this up. Doing the glowy bits.
You have some yellow I can borrow there?
Oh, so much.
Great. Just enough for his little bitty eyeballs that I need. Thank you.
And you? Are you going to finish up?
We'll see. I don't know if it'll be dry, but you know, it'll be something,
It'll be a worm.
as it always was.
And always shall be.
But would you love it if it wasn't a worm?
No.
Well, there we go. Simple answer for a civilized age. I think this makes for a pretty good deep one.
He does look kind of happy.
Twist there to the side. Full effect. A second here. Hey, you going out looking like that? So you don't want to put on a different pair of pants?
How dare you insult Pants Man?
this has been great.
I think. Oh, nope, I missed one. Did you learn anything, Ian?
I learned a bit about how these paints work more.
That's good.
And I think I can probably make progress on the things I was going to bring in, but didn't today. Pretty easily. Which is unfortunate because that's just adding to the list of things I was planning to do over the holiday break. Something might have to get cut.
Who needs to eat?
Oh, that stays.
Sleep then.
Oh no, that's that a problem. I like that too.
All right, let's take a look at him. Oh,
Dead.
magician died down. There we go.
Magician down. Oh man, that's very nice.
Ready to show yours off, Cori?
Sure. His mouth's a little wet, but
Aren't they always?
Oh, the glow around his eyes is neat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
tried to get a bit of a gradient from dark to light on the tentacles, at least on the back sides. It's like coming out of the deep dark depths of this worm.
Coming out of its shell.
Very nice.
All right, so I only have like 50 more of these things to paint. So,
Oh, sweet. Yep.
Next time I'll bring more.
2 per hour seems doable.
So that's it for Cantor Horses Club today. Thank you all for being with us, despite most of us being unable to see chat. Angel, where can people find you?
I am AVJ Amethyst on Twitch. You can find me every Thursday at 7 Pacific painting portraits of pets, except for this week because I'm off for Christmas. I'll be back in January.
Ian?
tilty.housc is the URL where you can find me, or tiltyhouse.com if you prefer using URLs from the past. Links to everything we do, including our weekly Yakuza streams and Cori's podcasts, can be found there.
Just posted the year-end wrap-up for 2024.
But what if something happens in the next like 5 or 6 days?
I mean, I've been saving room for better music to come to me in the last few minutes, but...
Paul, where can people find you?
Right here. Here at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun.
But you can also find a convenient hole at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun that you can toss your cash into if you'd like to continue to support us. And
Paul lives there too.
Paul does not live in the hole. Patreon.com, it's one of the many ways you can help us out. Check out loadingreadyrun.com. This is your show. I'm
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye!